Right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are gonna look at getting your PI set up. PI is Planetary Interaction, and the reason for me making this video is basically more for the people, the new players that plays with us, and instead of having to explain to each one how to set up their PI, I decided I'll make a video. Now, I'm not a massive indie dude, I'm more PvP, but this is a good way to make passive income when you're in nullsec and wormholes, as the PI tends to be a lot better there than in highsec. So you can set this up in highsec, you can set it up wherever you like, but for the best results you want to do wormhole space, like we do, or a nullsec. Right, so for starters we'll need to look at some skills. Oh, that's the wrong one. Right, so this is on one of my alts. So what you can do is, if you have your main account that is Omega, and you have to be Omega to be able to do Planetary Interaction, what I do is you can use your main and the 2 extra characters that you get. So you'll see when you log in, or you have spaces to create 2 extra characters on that account. You can use all 3 of them, so your main plus the 2 extra characters to do PI, which I'll highly advise you do. The training for PI doesn't take that long, and you don't have to go mad. So the skills that you're after is over here where it says planet management. And I suggest, if you're going to be doing Planetary Interaction like this one, this is one of my alts, or the extra accounts, so I trained them all up to 4, and I can probably train that one as well, because that'll be a quick one, but I can't be bothered, to be quite honest. So you need to train these to 4, and each one of these will give you little bits that you need. So each level and this skill improves the quality of command facility available to you, in turn allowing for greater number of connected facilities on the planet. So the command center, we'll come back to the command center. The command center is the first bit that you put down on the planet, and then you can upgrade it. And once you've upgraded it, it allows you to build more facilities on that planet. The higher you upgrade it, the more facilities you can build. The more facilities you can build, the quicker or the more you can produce. Then the next one that you're going to need is interplanetary consolidation. For each level in the skill, you may install a command center on 1 additional planet to a maximum of 6 planets. And obviously you can only have the 1 command center per planet, so that means I can have 5 planets on this tune, what's not tune, on the extra account. Well, not extra account, the extra character on this account. Then we're looking at planetology. So basically that's to do with how you scan the planet, and that'll make it easier to scan and show you where the better resources is. Then remote sensing, the ability to gather and analyze remote sending data from facilities in orbit around the planet to produce properly calibrated surveys. So that's to do with the same, basically. And it just gives you basically a better scan. No, somebody else might go into more detail about these. That's about all I know about these things. I just know I need them to make money, and that's all I care about, really. Right. Then the next thing you'll need is... Oops. You're going to need a BI ship. So I'm flying at the moment, I'm flying the Etron Mark V, which is not really the BI ship. I will quickly show you if I can find it. So the epithel is the one you really want to use. So the epithel can have spaces for your command centers and also to pick up your PI, and as bonus to pick up PI. So 90% reduction in effective distance traveled for jump fatigue, 5% bonus to ship maximum velocity, 10% bonus to planetary commodity hold capacity. So that's per skill, that's per level. So the higher you train this hauler level, the more PI you'll be able to fit in there. And it's got 2 holds in there, one for PI, one for your command centers, and obviously your cargo hold. I'll highly recommend, if you're going to do PI, to get yourself an epithel. Right, so that is the few bits you need, and then what you need is you're going to need command centers. Now these can be, they're quite cheap. You can purchase these in some of the high-sec stations all over high-sec. And they'll basically, you'll need them. That's the first bit that you put down on the planet. That will enable you to build the rest of the facilities to be able to get something out. Right, we're going to use the lava one, so we'll have to go to the lava planet. Now what I'm going to do here is, you can go to your newcomer, and you can go to industry, and you can go to planetary industry, and you can see there that I've set one up in the new hole, and I need to get rid of these because another alliance lives in, somebody else lives in there in our alliance. So we want to get rid of it, and to get rid of something. So if you want to change planets, it's very easy. You go into the planet like I just did. You go to the command center. You delete it. You say proceed and submit. That submit, don't forget to submit, because everything you do you have to submit. If you don't submit, you'll have to do what you've done before you submit it again. Right, so we can go out of that one now. Actually, let me get rid of these quickly so we don't get confused. And submit. So don't forget to submit. Everything you do, you have to submit. Okay, so we can see there got 1, 2, 3, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 planets. So I've already set one up, and I'm going to set another one up with you so you can see how that goes. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the system, and then we want to use the lava planet in the system. So we're going to go down to the lava planet. We're going to say view planetary industry, and that will give us the planet that we can now look at, which is fairly fairly nice. Then we're going to click on scan, and while we click scan, we're going to have to decide what we're going to produce on this planet. So I'll link a website where you can see all the different things that connects to, well, what you can produce on what planets, and that'll make it a little bit easier. I'll link it in the description so you can go through it. You can click on the planet, you can see what you can mine on those planets and which bit that you've mined do you add to another bit to get something else. So there's different tiers of PI. So Planetary Interaction, we call it PI in the game. So you got P0 to P4s. So what we mine here, this listed here, is classed as P0s. What you make from this P0s will be P1. And if you need to, for example, let's look at this. So we use non-CS crystals. And that the P1 for that will be chiral structures. And if we want to go to P2s, say for instance we want to make transmitters, we're going to need plasmoids and chiral structures. This is the one we want to build anyway. So this will be your tier 2. And if I want to go tier 3 for example, then I might need stuff from other planets and then build the stuff on this planet. But we're just going to do the basics for now. We'll get into that in another video. So we want to build transmitters. So we need plasmoids, which is suspended plasma as the P1, the P0, and we need chiral structures, which is non-CS crystals. Right, so we need non-CS crystals and we need suspended plasma. Now both of these we get on the planet itself. So we'll close that. So we see there's suspended plasma, and we need the crystals. So now what we need to do is we need to find a spot on this planet where these two are very close together. So you can see there's suspended plasma. Is there any chiral structures? We're gonna have to search a bit here. So there's some there. And then is there suspended plasma? Suspended plasma is up high. So we go back there, see if we can find any that's up high. We'll go to the top. That might be a good spot. Suspended plasma. We might. I think this will probably be a good spot to start. So you have to play around and find the suitable spot. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click here on the build button and we're going to drop our command center. So you have to have a command center in your ship to be able to drop one, and you have to be undocked. So we're going to, I think we said we'll drop it here. Right, so I'm going to zoom in a bit. So we dropped it, we're going to click on it, and we're going to upgrade it as far as we can. And this is skill dependent, so if your skills is not full, you won't be able to train it that far. And then you'll see, because we upgraded, it gives you more power output and more CPU. And we say we want to upgrade it, and the first thing we're going to click after every change we've made is submit. And if you forget this, oh, he hasn't got enough money, I'll have to quickly transfer him some money. Hang on a sec. They'll give it 50 mil. Right, so obviously you need money as well, so don't be like me, don't forget. We're gonna click submit. So they take 4 million, and now I have that down. So the next thing we need is we're gonna need extractors, but before I build the extractors, I'm gonna build a launch pad because we need to get these things into space. So we're gonna build our launch pad and we're gonna say submit. Now we need to have a way to extract these things from the things we want to, or the minerals or the goods or the BI goods or whatever we want to get out the planet. So we're gonna need some extractors. So excuse me, the extractors, all these things you want to build as close together as you can, and the reason for that is the further you build it, the more CPU and power you're going to be using. So you want to keep these things nice and neat and tight. And what we're going to do is we're going to link these. So we're going to create link, and we're going to link these with the launch pad. So basically what will happen is once we've set up our extractors, the goods will go to the launch pad, and then we'll route it from there to different places where they're going to build the stuff. Once we've done that, we're going to click submit. We're going to click on that extract lava extractor control unit, and we're going to click the button on the left, and we're going to look at suspended plasma is what we were after. And the other one that was chiral structures. So I think maybe I'll make this one chiral structures. Yeah. Oh, not chiral structures, crystals. So we're gonna add 4 nodes, and this is also depending on your skills, because you can see there, as I add and take nodes away, the power usage increases. So we want to set the program duration for a maximum of 2 days, and that's just a personal preference. I set it to 2 days, and then I'll just move this out of the way. We have to move this, so we scan this plan, we can see the base areas to get this stuff is over here in the red. So we want to get them all nice and snug in the area. It's not very great there. I might move some of them over here. I don't think that's very great there, so we definitely want to hit at least 30,000. Okay, we'll leave it like that. 22 is not great, but I haven't really gone into exactly where I wanted. So we're going to say extract. So 2 days for your duration, you got 4 nodes, and you select the resource that you want to basically mine. We're going to say extract. We're not finished with it yet, and we're going to click on the second button that says products. We're going to click on that, and we're going to click on the product, and we're going to say create route, and we're going to click on our launch pad. So now anything that it mines will go straight into the launch pad, and we're going to click submit. So that we've now started the extraction, and you can see there. There's just I'll come back to that. There's a little line that goes around to see how far they are. Right, so this one we're going to do the same. This time we are after the suspended plasma. Again, we're going to set 2 days. 2 days we want 4 of these nodes, and we're going to move them straight in there. Okay, we've moved them. We're going to click start extraction. Again, we're going to click on the second button to the left. We're going to click on the products. We're going to click on the suspended plasma. We're going to click on create route and onto the launch pad, and don't forget to submit. So basically now we're extracting the resources off the planet, and all those P0s will now go into the launch pad. But I want to refine some of the stuff on the planet, so what we're going to do is we're going to build an industry facility, a basic industry facility. And we're going to build 3 on each side. I just like to do it like this so I can keep track. And then we're going to need two advanced facilities. And then we need to connect these all up. Okay, don't go too mad with connecting things. You want to connect as little as possible. Just make sure that it's down the chain and is connected, because at some point you're going to run out of power. So as soon as we've done that, we're going to click submit. So now we have our basic ones. So on this one we produce, I like to keep it to the side. So this one we do in the crystal, so we're going to do chiral structures in these. So we're now going to look for the product that we want to make, which is chiral structures, and you can see there when you hover over it, it will say it takes 3000 non-CS crystals, raw resource, to make 20 chiral structures, tier 1. Right, so we'll click on that. And then we do the same, so we'll click straight on the launch pad, so whatever it makes will go straight back to the launch pad. And now that we've done it, if we click on the next one, it remembers that we're doing chiral structures, so we just do that, click on the launch pad and create route. We do the next one, install, click on the launch pad, create route. Okay, we're done with that now, so we click submit. Obviously they're still red, so now they know what they're making, but they don't know where they get the resources from. So we need to go to the launch pad, click on these 3 arrows that says routes, and then we're going to go to the raw material, which is non-CS crystals, and we're going to create a route to our basic facilities that makes the chiral structures. You'll see there now it's gone yellow, and let's do it for all 3. So we need to always use the incoming non-CS crystals. So it's always the incoming resource, create route, click on the arrows again, the incoming resource, create route, click on your basic facility and create route. Right, I'm going to click submit at this point. So now we can see these are now all functioning. They've all been routed correctly, so they're not red, so they mean that they don't get any resources, or they're not routed to deliver their resources. So they need to be yellow, and then you know you're done. Right, so obviously we're doing the plasma as well, so we need to click on these. And we need to tell them that they'll be making plasmoids, and you can see that you need 3000 suspended plasma resources to make 20 plasmoids. So we're going to click on the plasmoids, we're going to say install, we're going to click on the launch pad and we're going to say create route. And then we're going to do it for the other two. Install, they, plasmoids, install, click on the launch pad, create your route, and after you've done them all, click submit. Now we have the same thing, so they know, you'll see they got a yellow thing in the middle, but they still got red on them, like a red circle flashing. So when we go on them, they'll say input routes missing. So basically, it's waiting to know where to get the suspended plasma. Oh, not the suspended plasma. Oh yeah, the suspended plasma, where to get it from. Getting myself confused now. And we're gonna get it from here because we told our extractors to take it to the launch pad. So we're gonna click on the routes. We're gonna click this time on the incoming suspended plasma. We're gonna click create route, and we're gonna click on our basic facility that produces plasmoids. We're gonna click on the arrow again. We're gonna look for the incoming suspended plasma, create route, and we're gonna do the next one. And we're gonna do the next one, create. And we're gonna submit. So we can now see that our extractors is about a quarter done, and then they will spread the resources into my basic facilities and they'll then make the P1. Obviously we now need to look at the advanced ones because we want to make transmitters. So we're gonna go down to transmitters, and we can see there that it takes 40 chiral structures and 40 plasmoids to make 5 transmitters. So we're going to click on that, we're going to say install, and we're going to click on the launch pad again. And we're going to do that for the next one as well. So they basically work the same as your basic ones, with the slight differences. This one will need 2 resources going to it instead of just the 1. And we're going to click submit. So this time we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to go, this time we're going to go chiral structures, which we produce in our basics, create route, and we're going to send that to our advanced, and we're going to do the same for the second one. Then we're going to go and we need to find the incoming plasmoids. Okay, there's 3, so you can choose any one of them. And we're going to click on the first one, and we're going to do it again. Make sure it's the incoming one, and we're going to submit. So we've now set up a very basic, and this is the way I do it. So some people might do it differently than me, but this is the way how I like to do it. Some people will add a storage facility if you're just going to get one resource. So if we're going to use all our nodes on our extractors on one resource, then you'll have to upgrade the links and you have to add a storage facility because the launch pad doesn't have as much storage as the storage unit. But that's the basic build that I like to use. And then what will happen over time, if we give this a little bit, or I might jump to another character, and then I'll show you how to move this stuff and how to pick it up. So if you're gonna build, if you're just getting one resource on the planet, you obviously won't need the advanced ones, and you won't need the extra extractor. You're only going to use one extractor, and you're going to use all the nodes on that extractor, and then just keep building basic industry facilities to make your P1. Right, I will be back in a bit. I'll leave this to carry on, and then I will be back to show you what we actually do with this stuff, or how do you get your stuff off the planet. Right, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. So what I might do, let me just see how this other planet of mine is getting on. I might be able to show you on there. It's industry. Right. So I'm on the barren planet. We'll view that one quickly. Right, so we can see there that it has the resources that it's mining is going in, and then it's spreading it to the rest of them. So there's no resource to ship out, but in any case I'll show you from here anyway. So if we want to take the tier 1, say for instance you have a planet where you only get the one resource. I want to ship the T1 up into space. I'm going to click on the launch pad and it'll open this up, and then you drag and drop the item there and you say transfer. So when you click transfer, you go to the POCO on that planet. I will show you what they are in a minute. I'm not going to transfer it because it's doing some work. So where it will go to, and remember you pay tax for those transactions, so you need to have some money. Right, I'm going to shut this for a sec, and I'm going to close all these. You'll see on the planets you have these. They're called customs offices, and the customs office, you might own them or somebody else might own them. You can access them. So basically you need to take your ship, warp to them, open this up, transfer the items from your launch pad. This is the same window as the launch pad. You drag this stuff over, click transfer, and then once it's transferred you can take that out and you can put it in your ship, and that's how you get this stuff off. Now I will warp. Actually, I won't warp in this because I'm in a wormhole and I've not been keeping my eyes open to see if there's anybody else in here. I'll go in a pod. Have I got any other? Actually, I'll go in a Corvette. Right, just to make sure I'm going to the right planet. Let me show you this then. I keep getting this wrong. Industry. Actually, I might make it easier for myself. I just put it on the main bar. There we go. So we're gonna go to that one. We can click there and we can say customs office and we can warp to 0. So what we can do is we can go to customs office. We can access the customs office. So that's basically like clicking on your launch pad. Oh, I just clicked the wrong one there. If I go onto the wrong planet. So I'll do this anyway. So you click the transfer. You can do this anyway. And then once you've transferred it, there's the customs office. And then I can open my ship and I can transfer it in there. See? And you can also, when you make multiple things on one planet, so if you only got a factory planet, you can drop things in there and transfer them back. So you can use them to make stuff. So if I have a resource that I don't get on this planet but I need it on this planet to build something, then this is the way I'll do it. I will just come here, drop it off, and then set my things up to use it and build that I want. So that's the basics of doing BI. I probably will not make a video showing you how just to get one resource. That you can work out for yourself. But if you do a P2, you can do P2 straight away. And obviously the scale of P2s is better. The higher you go, the more they're worth, the smaller they become. And the more that you can ship out per time. So all in all, that is my very quick and very basic tutorial for doing BI. Thank you very much. I'll catch you in the next one.